Heyo, and what's up, gang? Thank you so much for joining me here again on the channel tonight. We have got some breaking news to talk about. The fifth and final member of Team SmackDown Live has been added, and I've got a few things to say about it, and we're going to say those things right here and right now on the newest, fastest wrestling podcast in all of the YouTube wrestling community, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So, let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me is my little buddy, my trusty tag team partner, and most importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball, and this is the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV. You guys, I'm sure you've heard by now that Shane McMahon and the team on SmackDown Live is now finally complete. And let's pull up the tweet here. Further proving SmackDown Live is the superior brand, I'm happy to announce John Cena will be the fifth member of Team SmackDown at the Survivor Series. This comes directly from Shane O'Mac yesterday morning. And honestly, you guys, I understand where they're coming from with this whole thing. It's Survivor Series. You made all these changes for whatever the reasons are. We now have AJ Styles as our world champion, which is fantastic. And because you made this move, you no longer need John Cena to be the guest referee of that matchup that's supposed to headline the card with Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles now, instead of Jinder Mahal. So we need to find a place to insert John Cena. And what better place to insert him than in the one empty spot yet to fill on the entire card, which was the fifth remaining member of Team SmackDown Live. I understand. However, I do take some issues with this, and I have three very big problems with this whole thing. The first of which might not be a big problem to any of you, and really it's not a very big problem in the scheme of John Cena being part of the team. The problem is what it has done to Rusev. You can't tell me that you didn't know this is what you were going to do with John Cena going into Tuesday night, before the show happened. You already knew that AJ was going to be the champ. You knew you were going to come out of that night and not need John Cena in the main event, and you were going to place him in the main event Survivor Series match instead. So why dangle a carrot in front of the poor man Rusev that he can't even have anyway by having this matchup with Randy Orton again for the how many damn time we gotta watch this thing, and all for what? If you were giving him a match with the stipulation being he needs to win to get on the team, you automatically assume that that's what's going to happen because there is an open spot. And what would be the point of having the match unless you just wanted to embarrass the other guy even further, which is effectively what you did. And I don't understand it. Why give him a chance at something he had no chance of attaining? And why would you even want him on your team? As we've seen during the matchup, Bobby Roode, Shane McMahon, and Shinsuke Nakamura did not seem fazed in the least that they did not have this hulking Bulgarian brute on their team. Granted, you want to play measurements with John Cena and Rusev. Would you rather have the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion and indestructible Superman with unknown power? Or would you want Rusev, a big strong guy that can beat people up, but has spent the greater part of this year with his shoulders pinned to the mat, if doing anything at all? Running his mouth on social media is the best thing he's been doing as of late. He's a Twitter warrior, and he's great at it. Going as far as to congratulate John Cena very sarcastically on Twitter, saying that, yeah, he really earned his spot on SmackDown Live. I don't understand it. That's going to lead me to doing something we don't really do that much on this channel. I'm going to insert a poll here for you guys, and I'm going to ask you, who would you have rather seen? Would you have rather seen John Cena, or would you have rather seen Rusev as part of this team? Now, before you go and take this poll, I want to bring my other 2 points into effect, which you need to weigh greatly on your head before making this decision. And that is, number 2, being John Cena. The last we seen of him was on Monday Night Raw. He effectively dubbed himself a free agent, which means he has no brand loyalty. So why the sudden burst in brand loyalty? Why is he suddenly siding with the blue brand? Because Roman's on the other brand? That would seemingly make sense if Roman was the 5th member of Team Raw, but he's not. It's Jason Jordan, and that's a whole nother problem we're going to get into in just a quick minute. But why the sudden change of heart? Why the sudden, I'm a SmackDown guy? I'm going to go wrestle on Raw for the last month or 2, but I'm a SmackDown guy. It's like what they did with The Undertaker. The Undertaker came out on SmackDown Live during that anniversary show going, I'm digging holes and taking souls, and you better win. SmackDown Live better win, right? And then The Undertaker goes and spends the whole damn year on Monday Night Raw on everything that he does. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And if you want to argue that they inserted John Cena here for the star power issue, that whole argument went out the window as soon as you put Jason Jordan on Team Raw. This matchup already has Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon. Excluding Jason Jordan from the mix, you don't need a megastar like John Cena to sell this Survivor Series match. You've effectively made it seem like SmackDown has tipped the scales. Tipped and scales in one word. Look at that. They tipped the scales in their favor just with the addition of John Cena, because who beats John Cena? Nobody. It does still allow this match to be mildly interesting with some of the pairings we can have with John Cena. We'll see Cena versus Joe, Cena versus Balor, Cena and Angle in the ring together again is a drawing point, so I understand it. But maybe I'm alone on this island here. I would have much rather have seen them highlight a new young talent. That's why Rusev fit this mold so perfectly for this spot. It's not that he's a new and young talent, but it would be a way to reestablish himself and start to build him back up. And in that same vein, you could have taken somebody like Tyler Breeze. The Fashion Police have been one of the hottest things on SmackDown Live all year long. Whether you like it or you don't, that doesn't matter. The fact remains that they are one of the biggest and best things that happened on the show all year. Why not have one of them included in this match? You don't need to have both of them. Maybe they win some sort of a qualifying match done amongst the tag teams. Maybe a tag team battle royal where the sole survivor gets that final shot. And they get to elevate themselves and their team just by brushing shoulders on the same team with Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura. Or a guy like Ty Dillinger, or even Aiden English. Alright, you don't want Rusev. You could have at least had Rusev maybe ringside, as his partner, as of late, Aiden English now, took that spot from him. There's a million other things you could have done to make it much more interesting besides John Cena. I'm sorry. That's just me looking into it. But like I said when we started this whole thing off, I get it. You know, and as I was pointing out just moments ago, I would love nothing more than to see John Cena in the ring with Kurt Angle. But in this meaningless 5-on-5 Survivor Series setup, it's not going to do what I want it to do. I'd rather see Cena versus Angle at WrestleMania. Or Cena versus Angle one-on-one at this Survivor Series. These are dream matches. Much like if the WWE finally wakes up and allows Daniel Bryan to compete, and we can have Daniel Bryan versus John Cena before John Cena sails into the sunset. Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. Maybe you could have surprised the world right now and finally given in to the poor guy's demands and stop being such pussies about letting the man wrestle and have him be the 5th and final member. Would have been way more epic. Probably the one and only name that would have been bigger and more well received than John Cena. But I understand. I'm not happy about it, but I understand. And that's going to do it for this quick update. Now you know what the world knows. If you didn't know, where the hell have you been? Hiding under a rock? It's been friggin' everywhere over the last 24 hours. I'm a little bit late on the draw with this one, but, you know, a guy's got a living to make, and we got to, you know, sometimes pay the bills, which is what we're trying to do here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Thank you guys once again for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you're not part of the Sledgehammer Club by now, you're missing out, man. What are you doing? All you need to do is hit that subscribe button, ring the ringside bell right next to it, and start off your membership here with us. This great, great wrestling community that we are building one day at a time. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below to our sponsor, Clutch Chairs. They got all kinds of great wrestling chairs there. Go check out the chair of the new champ, AJ Styles. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful. All you gotta do is click that link. It takes about 5, maybe 10 seconds. If you get interested, maybe you need a desk. I don't know. Maybe you need a little new desk to write on or to put your little gaming center on. Clutch Chairs got you covered. Go check it out. Use the link in the description below. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Breaking news report. Lots more news coming this weekend. We've got news on 2 huge stars being sent home from SmackDown Live, plus everything else you can imagine in the world of sports and entertainment and sports entertainment, brought to you right here on Sledgehammer TV. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time right here on the newest, fastest wrestling podcast in all of YouTube. Come along and join us here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good one, you guys, and we'll see you next time.